Hey guys, how's it going? It's Monday, May 21st, 2018, continuing my holiday Monday, which is why I'm around. I got enough of a workout yesterday, so I haven't gone for an extensive walk or anything like that, but I did go for a little walk. But after a few hours of playing subsistence with my son, I think I am going to go ahead. Just putting the destination tags on. Mile tags are fine. Maybe I'll take the mile tags off for now and go back into LA and finish off what I was doing. Pardon me, throat's a little clogged up from whatever. Oh shoot, I got all those I'm not gonna bother putting the camera on, but I forgot I have all those map pages out, and I probably still have them somewhat in order, maybe, if I'm lucky. But I'm not gonna go into the various things. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm sure that is about as clear as mud. Let's see. Yes, that's what I wanted. I don't know why I have that out, but anyways. Okay. Perfect. Nice to be ready. What else is new? Okay, so I was in the middle of blocking this. I did create it as available, so by no means was I saying that this was mine, because I took my status off, so it was the only job that was available. So once you take it off available, basically it's open game for anybody. But I'll go ahead and finish this up, which only makes sense. I was going to either do that or Florida tonight, but I'm still not 100% sure about Florida either. So, okay. So, where we were at last time, we were running short on time, and I got plenty of time tonight. I got to remember what we were doing, and I have the notes, but that's okay. I'd rather remember or try to remember. Oh yeah. Pro, I wanted to I actually wanted to keep out of the way, because that was going to be a head end, if I recall. Yeah, I don't want that. Give me that one. Alright. So I'm still on I'm still on the main track here, which is fine. That's where I want to be, because eventually I do want to tidy up 70. And since we do have the time, I'm gonna make good use of it and make it easier for when somebody's actually gonna have to run this train. Maybe it'll be me, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow night. I'm always an hour later anyways, so we'll see. We'll see if it's available. If not, no big deal. I like running the main lines as much as doing this. This is just something to do in between, right? In fact, I prefer the main lines, I would have to say. Oh, okay, so there's just one car, that's it? That's all there was one car? Really? Okay, I want to get this off the curve then. So yeah, there was yeah, was it a comment on the forums or was it email? I think it was email, but anyways. about brightening up the screen. I actually have my, I don't know what it's called. There's a way of brightening up your screen a little bit. In the I don't know what the hell it's called. There's a way of doing it. So what I see here, even when I take the flashlight off, I still see the rails, I still see the cars, I can tell, you know, whereabouts I am. That may be darker in some screens than others. I'll think of the name eventually. There's a term for it. I don't know if it's the term of... I mean, you can even do it in the sim, and how you have it set up in the sim may differ. But by the sounds of it, that sounds more like a hardware setting. I'll find it. How about I find it? Just because I want to make sure it's... yeah, let's go to graphics for a minute. I don't know if it's there. No, it doesn't show what I'm looking for. Vertical sync? No. I want to say maybe it's the alpha channel. I'm not exactly sure if it's the alpha. That doesn't sound right for some reason, but it could be. Who's to say? Whatever. Okay. So what tracks do we have available, and where? I almost want to keep this on the head end now, because CPC, if you recall, if you were watching the other night, CPC is at the end of that siding, and since it's tail end backing in would be the first cut, these two would be it. So we want to keep that on the engine. Keeping that out of the way down there helps. So now that we've done that, we've got to deal with the rest of what's in 51, or what's in been sorted for track 51. Not all of it, but some of it. So, looking at my notes, River Yard on track 12, for example. River Yard on track 12 doesn't need to be sorted. So that would be that. Right? No, maybe not. Let me double check that. I thought it was track 12. Yeah, that's CDP. I don't see CDP. Oh yeah, it's there. Okay. So track 12, I'm going to leave just like that, assuming that that's how they're going to run it. Assuming that's how they're going to run it, and then they're going to switch that next sim Tuesday. I don't know if that's how they're planning on doing it. There really hasn't been any definitive... I didn't ask the question. I'm assuming that that these cars are just going to build up and be sorted in for the Tuesday to Thursday switch. So I'm going to leave it. All I'm going to focus on, and I will explain this in a post probably later tonight as to what exactly I mean by that. I could throw that one block in there, and maybe I will, just to get it out of the way, so that I'm dealing with this. Let's see, what is it again? Where did I originally have it? It was in 13. So how about we put it in 13, and that keeps it out of the way. And yeah, there's still the one tail end that's sitting in the track that'll go on to the tail end line of it, which is fine. So I'm going to put those cars into 13. They've been sorted, with the exception of the last car, which is going to be head end. Head end going the opposite way. We're switching from the back end. Wanted to do. Why can't I get in there? Yeah. Of course it didn't do it. Nah, forget it. I'm not gonna break. I was trying to rush to get it to couple, but because I didn't have that much to begin with, still doing the goofy coupling thing. Alright. Yeah, but when switching at night, I just put on the tags and the cars where they're at. When you shine the flashlight on the switches, you see where they are. Of course, you can go further, give yourself a little bit light. You can give yourself more if you need it. Works good. I'll leave 12 on there for now, I think. So we're going to go over to 13. Question's going to be, what are we going to do there? And we're probably going on another field trip. Because we got the paperwork, but we don't necessarily know if it's easier. It may be easier just to do a little bit of basic sorting, but we'll see. See, when you take the flashlight off in the distance, you can see everything that you need. Flashlight just gives a little bit extra more. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to bleed the air, set the brake on, and take a look at what we have. I think I've already done this. I'm just taking this as far as pulling up the map and seeing, but then I'm going to go so we're looking at Los Nitos, I believe. I think it's Los Nitos. Hold on a second. Let me double check on that. Or sorry, San Pedro. No. Is it San Pedro? Yeah. Yes, it is. The San Pedro branch. Okay. So the San Pedro branch has a siding of 3,590 feet. There's a crossing in the middle. And then there's the end of the line where there's two industries. And if you're wondering what I'm referring to from the paper, I'm referring to page 9 of the Run 8 Depot maps. At the bottom it says San Pedro branch. These are the cars that I'm sorting now. It's the only ones that I'm sorting because once that's in the train, the train, as far as I know, is going to be complete. As far as I know, that's the only switching that's going to be done to try to match what the prototype is doing, I guess. So there is some sorting to do, but and I can do a very similar write-up. In fact, that's what I'll do right now while I'm getting an idea as to what's going on. Probably could have used another sheet of paper. Yeah, we'll go up there. Actually, River Yard I'll keep on the top. So these are the blocks. It'll start with CF, the current blocks. CFP, SPS, SLB, SCS, or yeah, I saw PS and then I saw CS. And I was like, what? Yeah. BKE. Of course, I scribbled right in the middle of everything. That doesn't help. SPT, SPS. SCS. CFP. SPS again. Wow. SCS. CFP. SPS. SCS. So, wow, I got a lot of blocks for 26 cars. I've got 14 separations that I'll have to likely make here, which is okay. SCS, and then we go over to SPS, SPT, DKE, SCS, SLB, SPS. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I got. Alright, so now we go on to our field trip. And the reason for the field trip is, even though I'm referring to page number 9, I want to see what the lay of the land looks like. I'm not too worried about capacity so much, although it'll be interesting to see some of this capacity. There was a post that I made on I've kind of made the post on Train Sim, but I also made the post on the Southwest forums about RTS version 2. It's something that is starting to get on my mind again, only because I'm seeing the potential now. I'm seeing it being worth it. to do it just for free for the fun of it, it's not worth it for me. If I'm going to do that, it's not worth it for me. I want to have fun running. I don't want to have fun programming. Programming is not fun for me, and the program, as rudimentary as some of it is, still is fun enough for me. And I mean rudimentary in a I'm not talking about the train simulation itself. As a train simulator, I still say it's the best on the planet. No doubt. I'll defend that at every single stage. There's, you know, really nothing there. So I'm going to go ahead and check out the, what do you call it? We gotta go here. I'll have to go this way. Gotta figure out where I'm going on this way. If I go over to... balloon track. So we'll go down here. Did I turn the light? I didn't. Have I turned them on? No, I haven't. Okay. This will help me find them as well. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay, which way are those? Did I get something screwed up here? Wait a minute. Why do I have DKE? Don't tell me I screwed that up. Oh shoot, I did. Somehow I missed the DKE. But I gotta see how bad I missed it. So what had happened was I saw DKE light up like right away, and I was like, "What the hell is that doing there?" DKE is not supposed to be in that block, and I switched it. So I gotta take the DKE out. It's only one block by the looks of it. I think everything else is okay. SCS, SPS. Yeah. Okay. So I'll have to take the DKE. That was the first thing that came up to me was that. I saw that and I was like, what the hell is that doing there? Okay. So I'll get DK environmental out of there. Looking at my maps here to see where I am at. Should have been one of the first things. Oh, okay, yeah, that is one of the first things coming in. So I don't want DK environmental, but I do want the San Pedro branch, which is really it. Oh, it goes straight on. Gotcha. Okay. So it's continuing. I'm not looking at the bridge now. Or am I? It should be, yeah, okay, it should be crossing. I saw a bridge and I was thinking it's a road bridge. So if you follow this, this is the San Pedro, I believe this is the San Pedro branch. SPT, yep. Okay, so this is it. So when you're coming in, and it shows you where the the actual crossings are, which is really cool. There's one crossing. And crossings are important because you want to be careful about blocking your crossings for necessarily too long of a time. You're also looking at that control point, which is right there, CP Riddle. This is why we backed in everything. Switch, you know, you normal that, etc. later on, but so far we haven't had to come down here, so this will be the first time. So you get past the crossing, and it's facing out anyways. However, because it's facing out, you don't want to have too much to worry about on the head end, let's say. So it's fine to have the one head end cars that would come down here anyways, but then, you know, you're gonna want those cars. You're gonna want those close to the tail end. In fact, I would venture to say SPT would be the. I'm just looking at numbers. So when looking, and you can do it in many different ways. You can write right on the maps if you want, which is fine. I mean, I can print these maps out again. So when you're sorting the trains, you can write down, like San Pedro branch, for example. I'm going to put, I believe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm going to write down Monday, Wednesday, Friday in that block. And as far as block numbers go, if this is stuff that I'm throwing down to the head end, that would be a block number 5. Because I want it at the tail end. So it'll be the last thing that I throw down there. Other than the other last thing that I was throwing down there, or the other two, I should say. The cars, there's 2 blocks that go into the flood branch. So there actually is 2. So you come out of the flood branch, you've done your work. What'll happen is you come out of the flood branch, you've already backed in your whole train. Where's the flood branch here? And this is how, you know, visualizing it. So you're coming out of the flood branch, and you're stopped at the crossing, hopefully clear of it. It doesn't really matter at that point. You're coming out of the flood branch. When you come out of the yard, you're going to have cars if you're picking up cars, you're going to have cars on those 2 industries plus what goes into SPT. So you might occupy it for a few seconds, but you're not going to be likely occupying this whole section, which is a good thing. And it was important that I made sure I understood that. So you can do both, no problem. On the other side of the coin, you've got SCS and SLB. But you also have CFP. I would almost go into the actual physical order. So San Pedro Trucking is number 5, which is that. Looking further down, you've got the big siding, which is 3,590 feet, followed by a crossing right there. CFP's got a lot of space, but I don't know if they're going to have a lot of cars. By the looks of it, they don't. I see 2. I would mark CFP as block number 4 coming in. So when you're coming in, you're basically you could probably come down right into that whole spur if you wanted to. I guess you can't really cross over, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know how much room you would have then. Hang on a second. Let me think about this one. That's a tricky one. Okay, you're already clearing a crossing. Ugh. Honestly, I would want to have it at the head end. This is where it differs, because you can put it in number 4. The problem with putting it in number 4 to the tail is you have no way out. You're now taking an entire train into there, then you have to back up the entire train. So for me, I'm looking at that point, I'm looking at putting the entire train into the siding. Okay. Assuming it all fit in. Yeah, you'll have to break it open and blah, blah, blah. So you put the entire train into the siding. And this is me. This isn't official or anything. This is how I'm thinking about it. I would put it number 1 for this branch. It's going to be on the head end. The San Pedro cold storage and the reason why I say that is because now you're into the siding. You have to back up all the way. You could actually switch number 1 and number 5 in about the same area, and you'd be okay. You can even cut your cars for the last 2. I would go with San Pedro cold storage. I would probably put, just trying to visualize it here. You're in there. I would put it number 4, and then SCS and SLB either or 2, 3. I don't think it really matters at that point. They're both at the end. So that's just how I would do it, and that's how I'm going to block it. Now the railroads can come up with their own ways, or admins or whatever. They can come up with their own ways of doing things. This industry here doesn't do anything, so it could tie in. So you got SPS down at the end, then you got, yeah. So you got lots of room down here. But that's how I would do it. That's how I'm looking at. So 1 is the head end. Yeah, that's how I would do it. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure we had that. I'm going to have to put, so now that I know that, I can take a look at SPT, and I can put the number 5 beside it. The blocks that I've already written, I've already separated these blocks on a sheet of paper. DKE, I can put an X, or what track is that was supposed to be under? That was supposed to be under blah, 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 12. So now I'm going to put a 12 with a circle on it, just to let me know that, hey, dum-dum, you were supposed to put it in the other track. And I can call myself dum-dum because I was the one who did it. So 5 SPT, I better check the other track to make sure, but I thought I already did that. 5 SPTs. So CFP is the 1s. We got like 3. We don't have much for SPT, but apparently. SPS is our 4s. CS's are 2s. No, SPS, I missed one. SCS's are 2s. And SLB is block number 3. All right. So I've got it written all down the way I want it. Oh. Because of that, I can take the runway lights off. I have to go back out this way. I can fly over back to the weeds. Okay. Take a look at the lengths here, what we're dealing with. I got one car. And then I'm going to have eight cars. So I got 9 cars there. Let me see what I got for a, well, oh yeah, we're fine. Last look at the yard tracks here, what I'm going to be using to sort. So Pro is going to be the very first one. I may use that track actually. In fact, looking at it, I probably will. I don't know. So I'm going to go back to my other map, taking a look here, so I know what tracks are what here. So 10, 12. I believe 11 is occupied by a few cars at the end. Yep. I already occupied another one. Well, I might have to get 70 together, actually. Now that I look at it, I should get 70 out of there. How much room do I have left for it? Oh, I got plenty. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll go grab the rest of 70. Get that all together and out of the way. And then I'll be able to use that track. How many feet are we looking at? 2,300? Yeah, that'll be fine. That will be fine. So it looks like I'm going to have time to go on my server later on. So that'd be cool. Ah, crap. Yep. So I'm already set for that. Well, I don't want to be set for that one. Give myself a little bit more light, just like that. You can just put the brights on and away you go. Yeah, everything else is set up for 70. Just makes it easier to sort from as close of a track as possible. And then what I'll use is I'll use 10 as a temporary track for sorting. I'll get the rest in there. I'll tie up my power together, and well, yeah, that'll be fine. Because 10 will become free. So that is the very head-end car, that PRO. In fact, I may be able to sort it into that track once I'm done here. We'll see how it goes. And this is a part of Run 8 that always gets me excited. Is the operation that is possible. It's the potential, really, and the fact that the simulator, the actual train simulator itself, runs like it should. The car forwarding, me, not so hot, but the AI dispatching doesn't exist. A lot of discussion going on about it, though, so that's interesting. But I put a few interesting posts today. I had some time at times. Let's see how far I am. Okay, 1,000. But I mean, you look at such a big, huge freaking network like that's LA. Not to mention the rest of the California network, but just LA alone is just it's enormous. And I've definitely been vocal as far as wanting to see something smaller. Florida's pretty good, believe it or not. But Florida's still pretty huge. What the hell? What happened there? Did I have a broken coupler? Oh, I did. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think it was broken. Maybe it was already broken. I don't know. Nah, it must have been 70. Yeah, who knows? Hard to say. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. I don't think I put these cars down here, so maybe there was already a broken coupler, but whatever. Okay, it looks like it's all together now. So I'm not too sure if it's been what's been sorted there, but I'm gonna go ahead and move it out of the way. Since this train's not scheduled anyways, so just like what we sorted out for the river yard, that's not scheduled. It's out of the way as well. So 10's going to be free for sorting. 11's going to be free as well. there's nothing stopping me from putting it in 10, but I'd prefer to put it in 11. Again, if it's too dark to see, you just put your brights on. There's no yard lights here. Some places have them. This isn't one of them. So that's the head end car right there. I'm gonna yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna use that as a handle. What I mean by, I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Oh yeah, I still gotta... move these guys over. Or maybe I won't use it as a handle yet. I could. Yeah, no. Do I really wanna? Do I? No, not yet. Let's just get 70 out of the way. Just in case I didn't bleed the air. I'm pretty sure I did, but... Now again, I put the rear light on. That brightens up everything. Especially if you're working with a small cut of cars, like we are right now. I only use what I need to see. Like in that case, I can still see that faintly, but as long as I know it's not there in front of me, I know roughly where it is, I'm okay. Plus the tags start coming in when I get close. So I know to back it off below 4 miles an hour at that point. No, I let go too soon. Give it a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if there was any blocking being done by 70, to be honest, or if it was just being kicked together. Might have been me, actually, for some of that too. Now that I think about it, it probably was. Looks like we're together. Yep. So now that we got all that together, didn't seem like we were for a minute, but looks like we are. Making sure I got it all, as in, yeah, plenty of room. Okay. So that 1 in 10 is going to be the last car I grab, actually. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh, too many, nope. Nope. No, not that. That's what I want. It's probably not an appropriate flag, but I like using it, and I'll mention why it's on there. So what I do is I put a blue flag. Anything that I've set aside, just as a visual reminder. No, I'm not done with the other one yet, but it's a visual reminder to me, possibly to others, although it's probably not the most appropriate use of a blue flag. It kind of gives you the ability to see, okay, you know, you don't want to be switching this type thing. So 70's in there, it's got a blue flag in, which basically means it's done. There's nothing else to do there. I'm going to do the same with track number 12 once I've finished switching. So by process of elimination now, well, wait a minute, not necessarily processed by elimination. Let me just double check on that one for a second. Yeah, actually, I want to go into 13. Yeah, because I've already said that I was going to put this at the head end, and that's, you know, that's fine. It can be. I want to know it's there. So let me go ahead and grab that. Okay, so now I have I have an extra car in there. DKE. I don't know how many extra cars of DKE I have. It looks like a few. So I got 3 extra cars in there, but I'm missing the 1 car of that. That's going to be thrown down here if I get the chance to throw it down. But well, if that's the case, let me see what I've got. 2143. Track 12's looking better. And in fact, hell, never mind track 12. I'll go with 14. I'm going to go with the track that I'm in. And I think I'm going to stick with it. Track 14 is 3050. See, from here the string's too long for me to use the lights any longer. So now I'm working entirely on the flashlight, which is okay. Sometimes you gotta walk the tracks. You can barely hear the horn at this point. So I'm gonna set this train up for track 14. I don't know how much room it gives me on the other tracks, but I don't want to go to 16. 15's already being used, so we'll leave it like that. The reason why I'm grabbing this out of there is I'm going to need 10 to sort. I've already got 11 free. I'm not too sure about 12. I think 12's occupied. Whoops. See, I'm already missing a spot. Okay. Take a quick look here. See what we got for the yard. Yeah, it looks like I'm only going to have well, I got a bit of 3, although I do have some room because I shoved a lot of these cars down. It should be okay. Oops, I better knock that off there. And this is where doing one at a time really helps, because you don't want to be sorting the whole yard at once. It sounds like it's more efficient, but it becomes a headache real quick. Alright, here we go. Love to use this one, but that's kind of where the main's going, so I'll leave that alone. So you're basically limited to tracks because you've already sorted some, but you see, you're not touching that now. Now it's by itself. It's over. You could have thrown it back into here, possibly, but maybe the inbound's going to come there. I don't know. There's different ways. But what I'm going to do first and foremost is get the Pro car in. So with the Pro car going in, I'm looking for block number 1. So anything that's block number 1 is going to come down here. And by the looks of it, I'm going to be switching that the entire time. So now that I'm looking at that, in fact, I can switch it down here first, and then I'll explain how things are going to work out here. If I was really in a how would you say? If If I was really in a bind, I could also shove some of the cars out and give myself space at this end. And it's possible that I may have to do that. Now, I can't gain any speed. I could try, but it's no sense at this point. So kicking is going to be very difficult, especially with the issues I'm having going at this particular side and with whatever is happening with me on this end, or with the sim or whatever. Not a big deal. It can be adapted, so. So that's our head-in car right there. Whoops. So having done that before, well, let me open it. Go ahead. Ah, crap. Ah. See, now I got to run into on it because the coupler's too stretched. I go notch 2 just to get it to. There it is. Okay. So as I was saying, so track 16, I'm writing down right now. Track 16 is 70R. Track 15 is going to be where the build is. So I'm bringing that to a stop. And what I mean by that is that is the track we are building on. In order to get that going, I need what I identified as block number 1, which is CFP. So now I'm just gonna take a look here at the yard and see what we have to deal with as far as space, how much of what we're dealing with. So now I'm looking at the various tracks. I've got a lot more room than you would think. We already know that track 12 is the river yard, and we actually have a car for it. So that's another thing we got to be careful of. Is we have a car that's for it that was switched. What we have to play with is 10, 11, 12, 13. Sorry, no we don't. Let me say that again. Ten, 11, 13, 14. So I'm now circling 12 for river yard, just like I circled the DKE block, which is going to be a little ways away, in order to get where I want to get the build happening. I'm writing down track number. Hold on a second. No, that's not track number 16 for. I gotta say that again. Sorry. Track number 16 is open. Track number 15 for 70R is unsorted or unblocked. track number 14. That's not right. I'll get it right. I wish I had a clipboard. I said that the other day too. Track number 14 is the build for YLA 51. With Pro as the lead. From there we have the sandwich of everything that we're trying to sort. We've got 13, 11, and 10 available, 12 if necessary, although I'm not 100% sure yet. How or where we're going to put it. So looking at the, just to give ourselves an easy way of doing it, we know number 1 block is going to be 14. We just know. So I can basically go to all the CFPs and put 14 right away. I know I'm going to be doing that the entire switch because I have a CFP at the opposite end. In fact, I know I'm pretty much going to be doing, looking at the other one, the only other one that's a bit odd is the block for SPT. The block for SPT is there's only one block, and that's going to be okay. So looking at 10, 11, and 13, I really can't use, in fact, I haven't even got to 3 yet. Hold on a second here. I've got 4 and 2. So that's going to be a little confusing, but we'll make do with it. There's going to be a lot of 4s and 2s by the looks of it. So 2 will be 13. Four will be 4 will be let's see, not 12. I'll go so far as 10. Yeah, I'm going to go so far as 10. 13. 13 for 2, 10 for 4, 13 for 2, 10 for 4, 11 for 5, the DKE will be moved down to 12. $13. Now that 1-3 block that I was mentioning before, that's going to go in 12E, I'm going to call it. and then the final 4 will be in 10. So as I said, there's only one SBT block, and that is going to go right back up to the head end of the train, right behind that Pro car. The other stuff, 1 and 4, is going to be some of the last cars to be switched. In fact, everything else will be the last cars to be switched. So we're going to be switching through before joining anything. The last 6 blocks of cutting will actually result in getting this train together. So I think we're good. I think we are definitely good. So the Pro car is in there. Hold on, that's a lead-in car. Okay, I gotta make sure I got my numbers correct. And we're looking good. Yeah, we're looking good. All right. It's track 13. I wish they had numbers on these things. Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try my best to. So I'm gonna hit Shift S2, or yeah, Shift 2. Sorry, and I'm going to run down here as if I'm the other guy, the pin puller. And I'm going to try my best. I don't even know if I can grab onto that. No, of course not. What else is in here? I'm only doing one car anyways, so let's see if I can get this guy together. Not bad. If I can get it going, hey, that's all right. But unfortunately, he's going to stop rolling. I know it. I can smell it. You need about 10 miles an hour up that hill. I knew it. Okay. It's going to be hard to kick. There's just too many cars right now. Like, even if I kick them further down, it's just too much. I can't gain the speed. There's just too much tonnage going on right now. I suppose I can go grab the third engine. I'm not too sure why the other engine's down there, to be honest. Much better to have the power, if you can use it, but I don't know. I'm not sure why. It's been okay so far, but it makes a big difference when you can kick. That's all the way down there. I'm not going to bother with it, so I'll just get this guy out of the way and in place. And yeah, switching at night is definitely challenging. But there we go. We'll leave it there. See, I could even kick that car while it was braking, but you know, I chose not to. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. So this is where the manual labor really comes in handy. Wondering if I should go get that other engine. Tempting. You bugger. So much slack being pulled against it that it'll let go. That's not the way I wanted. Let's try it again, shall we? Mind that. Come on down. Holy crap. Come on. Oh, I did it again? Just a couple. Okay, on to 14 we go. So while I'm moving down there, I can set up the next switch. I guess I probably could have kicked that one, but I didn't. Problem is, after a while it starts bunching up anyways, so yeah. Do what you can do. See, that thing's all screwed up now. It's actually 3 of them. Hopefully that went far enough, which it looks like it did. Okay. Oh, connected, that's good. Okay, so I gotta get up past there, back into build track. It's got to stretch again. Okay. Well, I'm halfway through my list. Which is going good. Alright, this one I don't think I'm going to be able to kick as much. Okay, I'm going to go Shift F1 for a minute. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, we're getting really close down to the end here, which is good. Well, I definitely have to. I wouldn't say kick it, but I definitely have to move it down enough to get track 11 open. 11 I can kick, possibly, but it doesn't need to be. I don't think I can grab onto these. Oh, I can. Some work and some don't, with the reefers, I find. Alright, let's just grab onto this. I don't want to kick it, because I got to clear 11. 11's the next one I gotta set off, and it's the lone car. In fact, it's a last car. 7 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so we got a whole whack of SPS to get going here. I don't know how much more I have, but I'm going to run it anyways. Maybe you don't kick it far, as long as you get it going enough, that's usually enough. That worked good. So SPT in track 11 comes next. There we go, we're starting to get the light now. Brighten things up. I believe I have 2 to pop off there. Then I got that DKE to move over. That'll be a huge kick. Up again, or did it uncouple? Feels like it uncoupled. No, not really. That's okay. He can stay. As long as I cleared the switch, which it looks like I did. Oh well, that's okay. DKE, yep. So this stuff here is the stuff that I misspotted. I think. Is that SPT or yeah, DKE? That's the final for that block there, which is good. Oops, what am I doing for the brakes? Wake up. Alright, which one was I supposed to put it? I was supposed to be input in 12 anyway, so yeah, I was almost awake. Track 12. I had an early supper, so I'm getting hungry again. Just give me a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, for a little while I was forgetting I have to go back to work tomorrow. I just had to remind myself that. You know, at times the weekend went by quick for me. It was a 4-day because I took a vacation day on Friday and then it was a holiday Monday, but you know, it lasted pretty good. We broke it up. I had the statutory holiday today, which is our May 2-4. It's our first holiday of the summer. And I took 2 day trips. I took one yesterday and I took one, well, all with my son, of course. Took one yesterday, took one Friday. But the cool thing is I have Memorial Day, I think it's Memorial Day, Monday, off. Now, it's a question of seeing whether or not I can get my son out of school. If not, it's not a big deal. I'll have Monday anyways off, so. Get some nice vacation time here and there. So yeah, I'm taking Memorial Day off as a sorry, I'm not. No, that is a day that we take at work in lieu of, which just basically means replacing another holiday, which is Family Day in Canada, which is back in February, which we decided not to take because the bosses have boats and they can't get their boats out on the ice. So, and besides, there's not much to do in February. Honestly, it's nice to have a holiday then, but yeah, I know what you mean. I think I took a vacation day on that day anyways, regardless. But, oh, I have 3 cars here. Okay, cool. So I have it lined up right. 12? Yes. So here's what we'll do. We are going to... How many cars do I got? I keep looking back. Wow, 3? Okay. Three cars. Posted a message on the Southwest Forum today about bringing RTS back. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does that. Why does it do that? Is it that much slack? We'll see if this works or not. Yeah. Good luck at that, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, of course you didn't, you goof. Alright. What I'll do is I'll just join it up. Because I gotta... Well, I don't have to, it's just... Actually, you know something? I'm gonna use the ladder. What do I got next? An SCS? SCS, hang on a second here. Let me think about this one. I don't have to join them together. I just wanted to. But eventually they have to be sorted. I'm going to open up the coupler now. We'll figure out what the hell we got. So this is track 13, which is the next one over. Let me just see what I have. I only got one card. I'm putting that in the ladder. The hell with it. Alright, whatever. SES is 13, right? Yeah. Oh, actually, you know something? Here's what I'm gonna do. This is where you can get a little tricky with it. Because this is the last switch for SCS, I have the last switch for block 2, and then I have SLB being the last switch for block 3. I could do 2 at 1 here. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you know what I mean. What you're seeing is block number 2 and block number 3 of that section. So they can go into one track. And they are the last ones. Track 11 I'm already done with. So that'll work out pretty good. Still not sure about that third engine down there. It's just kind of sitting in an odd place. Alright, SCS. Oops. SLB. And then I got 2 more blocks to sort out. In fact, I can go so far as to put the rest of the SPS in there if I wanted to, but I won't. So some of that up ahead's already been sorted. I'll just go join it. Yeah, I could kick it, but nah, I'm gonna go join it. So like I said, I can join 4, 3, and 2 now. In fact, I'll do one better. I'm going to join 5. In a minute. I got something else to do first. Wow, I really kicked that a long ways. I could have kicked that. Ah, well. You know, I probably can put 14, 2, and 3 together. Or 4, 2, and 3 together now. Might as well. Saves me a spot. I can't put 5 together yet, but I'll show you what I mean. Probably doesn't make too much sense from you have to have the piece of paper and just figure out the plan, right? Damn it. So what's happening is I got 2, 3 blocks number 2, 3. This is number 4. No, it isn't. Sorry, this is number 4 up here. The SPS. And I could trick it actually. Little trick I can do. As I'm coming up to that next block, see it right there, the CFP. So here's what I'll do. So CFP is number 1. And everything else is... Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Let's not get too carried away. CFP is number 1, which means it has to come into this section here. Which is okay, because that's where it's supposed to be. So we got CFP, which is the first block of this section, and the Pro car, which we put on purpose on that end. Now this can tie up to 11. Which I probably screwed up, right? SPT. I did something wrong here. At least I think I did. Something looks like I did it wrong, but I gotta check to be on the safe side. Alright, whoa, hold on a second. So number 5, block number 5 was SPT. Oh, it is down there. Okay. What had happened was I needed to continue to do that, so I gotta switch that, shove that back down. Screwed that up a little bit. That's okay. Caught it. It's almost done, actually. This should be ready to go. Probably in the next 15 minutes. It's pretty much sorted. Just has to be put together now. You can see the brightness of the engines now. That lights everything up. So this is in block 4. I gotta get access to 5 first, then I'll grab the rest of this. Although, are they as important? I'm not sure. They may not be, actually, but... There was 2 that weren't as important. That wasn't it. Okay. Yeah, SPT was supposed to be on that other end. I'm thinking of 2 and 3, which is already pretty much the way I would expect. Alright. Oh crap. I gotta push that down first. Hang on. You're supposed to reverse, buddy. Let's try that again. That's not too sharp. Looks okay. Looks like a bit of an angle, but it should be okay. Okay. So that's the head end, or the tail end, I should say. We're switching from the tail end first. So that's the tail end of the sandwich. Then we go 5 and then 4. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Stopped it too soon. Forgot I didn't have much. Give me that. Alright. So now I got 5, which is SPT. So it's in the right position, the tail end of the train. Here's number 4. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that third engine, if that's supposed to be used or... 'cause I thought it was part of that train, so I don't know why it was separated out. If there was a reason for it, makes it easier to switch, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to matter for this particular job, but... sometimes you only have a couple engines because of whatever. Or you have certain types of engines, that's the other thing. I think they're SDs, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Sometimes only GPs work. I think these are 45s, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't really looked too much at them. Oh boy. Alright. I'll take a look. Look at the 45. Oh no, they're SD 40s. Okay. I think there's only GPs on those ramps, but could be wrong. Alright. So we'll move ahead. So we have 5 and 4. And then 3 is the SLB, 2 is the SCS, and then it goes to the rest right beside it. That's block number 1 right there, plus the Pro car at the head end. We're done. So that's all we're doing. Bring them over and I'll post a message in the forum on how I was thinking of this. I'm going to have another look at the do one last field trip, because I want to see about this third engine. I haven't heard any directives. See, the thing is, when you're in a new area, I don't know why that third engine was off. It could have been switching one end and then somebody switching the other. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Okay, so DKE's down there, CFB's at the head end. Okay. I'll make sure I'm set to go down. Yep, perfect. So that's block number 2. Block number 1 is CFB, and then of course we have the head end of that Pro car. Okay. So we're at 2,000 feet. We're okay. Looking at our other stats, we've got a HPT of 1.6, which is pretty reasonable for a flat switcher. Might be good enough. I'm probably gonna have to, if I don't have to move this, if the switcher's just sitting there on the ladder, I'm gonna attach to it. I don't care. If it is in its own track, I got a funny feeling it's on the ladder, but let's see when we get down there. Yeah, it's on its own. Oh, it's got a U. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. So what they did was they brought an SD70 down, so it is going to be 2-inch. I get what's going on now. I think. I get it now. It is going to be the 2 engine. So after all that time, I didn't realize that was an SD70. So it is supposed to be there, and you notice I had to put a straight out shot. That was the kind of the reasoning behind the track that I chose. Sure if 10's free. I'll have to take a look. After all that, I better make sure I can get out that way. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you know something? I'm not sure about that now. Oh, crap. Okay, where exactly am I? Hold on a second. Am I gonna have to wire my train? Like, seriously, am I going to have to wire my train? I've got it in the order I want, regardless. So, regardless of any of that, this is the order that it's going to be in. It's not changing. CPC has to be at the head end. Or, CPC has to be at the tail end. I'll get it right. Doesn't have to be, but that's the way I want it. But I will take a look and see what's going on here. I see UP intermodal yard. Oh boy, this is scaring me. Again, I'm trying to figure out my surroundings here. Yeah. so that's the lead unit now. Alright. Well, this should be interesting. So here's the intermodal yard. There's East LA. Things that make you go, Okay, that's a balloon track. So now I'm really curious as to what to me it looks like this has to be wide. It almost looks as if it almost looks like it has to have a shoving platform going backwards. It really does. I don't know how else, unless it was supposed to be made with the head end at that end, backed all the way down, which totally doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, that's how this yard is. Because I either come out on main 1, or I'm coming through, what is it? I'm coming through that control point east of the yard there. Yeah, see, this is a little strange to me. I'd love to know how they actually do it, because really I was kind of like, okay, because Floodspur goes the other way. You want to, I mean, you got 2 of the 3 industries backing up with a small little section. So going down head end, I figured, yeah, okay, no problem. That's why CPC's on the tail end. It makes sense. And when I look at that stupid access to the leg, I see page 7, and I see a yard lead. Now I don't even know if that yard lead is a live yard lead at East LA or not. But it almost appears to me that you have to take the entire train, go past go past the control point at Downey Street. Back up, down the yard lead. Hold on a second. I'm looking. Yeah, this is bizarre. I did not expect that. When I saw that, I was thinking, oh yeah, that's easy. You'll get out of the yard and then you go down. Well, hold on, Downey Street, because it really doesn't have good access to the Y. You can get out. You can get out at Downey Street, but then you're kind of screwed. You're now onto the main line. Like, there is horrible access to that yard. There's just nothing. And then the other side of the Y, the east leg of the Y, goes right into what appears to be the intermodal yard. I mean, there's a crossover there, but and then there's a Hobart balloon track. But let me just take a look at that for a minute, because that was a bit of a surprise to me. Let me see if that's the yard lead or not. It might be. If it is, perfect. Because if it's the yard lead, yeah, it's got a reverse. Oh, it doesn't have to be that yard. It can go as far as there. Which in that case it would come here. Yeah, I can see that going using the yard lead. I don't see why there would be an issue. If I was to go the other way, it's possible to back out this way and then take the East LA yard. I say possible, but definitely plausible. So we got a signal here. That's a long way to go that way. Just checking here. I just want to make sure this is built properly and it's not going to cause an issue. To me, the best way to get out of this is to come out down here How bad is it this way though? Oh, that's a mess. I don't like that at all. Okay. Let me rethink this. Okay. I've got to Y this train. The problem is I don't have control points right now in my favor to do it. And I don't have a manual Y anywhere that I can use. I got a balloon track, that ain't gonna do me any good. I got nothing there. Okay. Um, well, I'll just explain it and then we'll see. I'll offer some of my suggestions. Really, I mean, the best way I still say doing it would be to, I hate it to say it, but just to get it over here is to back that train up. This train is begging for a shoving platform. Alright, well, let me see, can I get through on 10? Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, I can. Alright, so let me go down 10. Well, that was more of an adventure than I expected. I'll have to post that off online. If you guys want to read the forum post later on, I'll have my explanation. The problem that I see is you're either going to go shoving platform or you're going to back down that branch, which means you're going to back through the control point. I know there's a Y there. That's the crazy thing. There is a Y there. Problem is you're going to have to go through at least 2 control points just to access it. That Y is not very accessible to East LA Yard. If you back up all the way down through, I don't even know what that control point is. Well, whatever that control point is east of East LA Yard, if you back down there, at least you've got all the way to Garfield Avenue. And you should have enough, I would imagine, to make it. Doesn't give mileages and lengths, but I don't see why not. So that's what I'm going to recommend. I'm gonna recommend that the train actually back up. Like I said, the shoving platform, regardless, is probably going to be something that's going to be beneficial. I don't know. I mean, it's not necessary. Like once you're down there, I don't think it's okay. Let me just double check on that. How far do I have to go? Oh, I'm almost there now. Okay, I want to make sure I'm out of his way. Yep. nice little drill on that side of the yard too, I just noticed. Yeah, that's a pretty good drill. Right where that engine is. Not like it needed it, but if switching from this end, it might be more beneficial, but I'm not sure. It's a nice drill. So I think there's a little bit more of a grade, even though there's more of a length. There's more utilization for that drill, I think. Probably easier to break up at that end, but I don't know. I honestly don't know what if any was decided upon how that train was going to get over there or not, because there was really no discussion about it. It was just block the train, I think. Just like that, we're all set. So yeah, that's my recommendation. I'm going to take a quick look again. What's my total feet now? 2020. I would recommend that you got a lot of manual, a lot of I don't know. How bad is it on the other side at 2020? A lot of manual switches to come through. You gotta throw a manual switch and restore to normal here. Although, yeah, it's like you gotta have a tail guy here. Okay. In theory, you have to have a tail guy running all the way down to here. I don't see any grade crossings. There's one switch there. No grade crossings. You've got all the room in the world. Now, if you go this way, again, this is to get over to the other yard lead. You're trying to get over to this track here. because otherwise you're either backing down or you're going to head in forward. Or you're not sorry, you are backing down. So suddenly now you're if you were to head this way, I mean, yeah, I could have built it the other way so that was you back down, but I don't know. I don't quite understand this yard yet. Either way, you're backing down. To get to that east leg, you have to get to the yard lead. So why not just back down, forward, and then you can always back into the yard. If you're looking at 2,000 feet here, I'm seeing wow. That makes you your head want to spin. Page number 2 on the main BNSF, I believe. That ain't it. Nope, wrong one. Hang on a second. Well, best bet there is to continue to take not only would you take the control point at, throw that out of the way since it's blocked. You'd have to take the control point at the Y. So this is what you would need. You would need, I'm not too sure about this one. The Downey Street? I don't know if you need that or not. I could be wrong. Yeah, I guess you do. You need Downey and you need Soto Junction. And then you're okay down here. The only other way I see that working is if you're gonna do a full Y, an easy Y, you use the Soto Junction Y, but then you're messing around with, I think you're messing around with BNSF at that point. I don't see why you wouldn't be. Up to the dispatcher, but you got to turn that entire train. I guess it would have been a lot easier to block it the other way, but I didn't. So now I'll have to explain exactly how this is. But I'll explain that into a post, because I really don't know. There's no real easy way from what I can see. Where am I now? I'm lost. Lost in LA, for sure. Renato Junction. I'm back here somewhere, I think. Yep. I mean, obviously we want to get down here. I believe you have to get yourself head in down there. You're going to back up at some point. You could go this way and then go forward, or there's a lot of different ways you can do this. It's really crazy. But anyways, I'll post what I've done so far in the forum momentarily, but that's it for me. I've basically done mine. Oh, we got a lot of other stuff, or do we? Yes, we do. So we got San Bernardino that has work, so that's cool. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm just going to clear this off and post another message onto here, so I'm going to redo that whole thing. But I'll put it as complete. 6/5/10/1710 on May 21st. 17, oops, wrong one. At 1710. Whoa! See post and forum. Enter departure time on schedule. So that's going to be DS required. I guess that means it's going to be ready. Yeah, okay. I'll post a message in the forum someplace about this and explain UP weeds and what the difficulty presenting itself is here. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah. If you guys want to read that, it should be up maybe in the next 15 minutes. I'll try to explain it. But I can go through the YouTube again, but that doesn't make any sense, especially for people who not see the live stream. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll be back maybe I'll be back at the top of the hour. I'm going to start doing my server again. I don't see much going on here at the moment. It looks like we're all caught up for everything else, I believe. Available, yeah, those are DS required availables for the session. So yeah, I'll end it at that and post a message in the forum for those of you wanting to see what that's all about. Look at around 8:30. I should have a message explaining myself. I'm not saying I did it right, but there might be somebody else might have had a better idea that I just didn't think of. So that's cool. But at least it's blocked. That's how I blocked it. And there's no right or wrong way. There's always different ways of doing it, unless you have a particular way that the company wants you to do it. Or in this case, the admins or the yardmaster or whoever. So that's it for me. I'll be back at the top of the hour, probably running some tests on my server or something like that. We'll see. As far as I know, I will. I'll just take a break for the next 45 minutes or so. So I'll see you then. Have a good one.